Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I just saw Aladdin, and so it inspired me to do my little nerd dive into interesting trivia, hidden messages, Easter eggs, all about the movie. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe because I put out new videos every single week and it helps me a whole bunch. Now, let's get to the action. I'm going to give you some facts, and then at the very end I'll tell you how I like the movie, so let's do it. So first fun fact is there's always been this theory that the merchant at the beginning of the classic animated Aladdin is Robin Williams. It's the genie, it's the same person. And in this one it is confirmed. We find out that the merchant who's sailing in the boat with his family at the beginning of the movie is Will Smith, is the genie. It all comes full circle. Also in the beginning of the movie we see the camera going through the streets of Agrabah, and there are a bunch of lanterns being lifted into the air, and this is a little nod to their movie Tangled, in which the citizens of that kingdom lift lanterns in honor of Rapunzel's birthday. Frank Welker voices Abu, Raja, and the Cave of Wonders in the original movie, and then also voices them in this movie, which is pretty nifty. He's also voiced Fred in a bunch of the Scooby-Doo cartoons, and he's also in The Simpsons, voicing Santa's Little Helper. He's done some stuff on Family Guy. Yeah. Dude gets around. Alan Tudyk voices Iago in this version of Aladdin, and this was a pretty big deal because Gilbert Gottfried has been doing the voice of Iago in the original movies, the VHS tapes, video games, TV shows, basically anything Aladdin, Gilbert Gottfried did it, so this was a pretty big deal that we had a new voice for this. And this isn't the first time Alan has voiced a bird. He also was the voice of Hey Hey in Moana, so birds of a feather. Patrick Stewart was originally offered the role for the voice part of Jafar in the original movie, but he turned it down, and to this day he says it's one of his biggest regrets. In order to do this movie, Will Smith actually turned down a role in Dumbo. Jim Carrey was the original idea for the role of the genie. However, when it was being cast, he was in the middle of a pretty big lawsuit, so he couldn't take on any long-standing roles. So it went to Will Smith, who director Guy Ritchie picked because he thought that he could do just as good a job as Robin Williams without imitating the same style that Robin Williams did. During the Friend Like Me sequence, we see some elephants standing on top of balls, and this is a little nod to Dumbo. At the very end, we see the genie turning into a warrior prince when he's trying to suggest ideas to Aladdin in order for him to get the girl, and at one point this warrior prince actually is like holding a bow and arrow, and some people have said that it's a Rambo nod because of how Will Smith like changes his voice, but some people are saying that it's actually not to Hercules because of the outfit and the archery, and that could imply that Hercules is the next live action movie that Disney will be making. We see that Will Smith dons a lovely blue and gold ensemble when he's not his blue genie self, and this is a nod to the actor who plays the genie on Broadway, and his name, I don't want to butcher it, I've heard James Monroe Iglehart, I think it's pronounced. I'm sorry if I butchered that. So that was a super cool nod. If you needed any more proof that the merchant was the genie, at the very beginning of the movie when they were sailing on the boat, we actually see that it's shaped like the lamp. So the boat looks like the lamp. Another nod. Like, how smart is that? That's amazing. My favorite part of the movie by far was the Prince Ali sequence. It was so powerful, especially when they broke it down. Like, Will Smith added his own flair when he's like, Prince Ali, fabulous. He like just, it was so good. But fun fact about that sequence, there were 1,000 dancers and extras for that scene. When Prince Ali is looking for his mysterious country on the map and can't seem to find it, Genie plays with him and ends up putting Fantasyland and Adventureland on the map, which, if you didn't know, are two lands from the Disneyland theme park and Disney World. And if you go into Adventureland, that's usually where Aladdin and Jasmine are doing their character meet and greets, so nice little tie-in. There was some solid slow motion used in this movie, and aside from just, adding some drama to the film, it's actually a pretty big habit of Guy Ritchie's to use slow motion in his films. You'll definitely remember it from Sherlock Holmes because he uses that to break down Sherlock's mindset and how he sees things. So yeah, like the scene where Abu is getting the lamp and then Prince Ali gets kicked into the ocean 300 style by Jafar. When the genie's talking to Aladdin about all the things he can do for him. He's talking about raining money and making it rain, how he can wish for all this money. But back then, Aladdin wouldn't have known what paper money was that wasn't like used. So he only would have known coins and jewelry, obviously, or bartering systems. So he probably just thought the genie was like throwing paper at his face. Mina Massoud was born in 1992 when Aladdin came out, and Naomi Scott was born in 1993 when the VHS was huge. So they were pretty much born to play the roles. That's all I have for you guys today, in terms of like little extra things. I just want to put my little review on that at the end, that was an amazing movie. I definitely recommend you go see it. Probably my like easily tied, if not a little under, Beauty and the Beast for like my favorite, you know, children's movie, Disney movie, live action for sure. So go see it. Like the music's incredible, the acting's amazing. It's just a feast for your eyes. Go see it. With that all being said, be sure to subscribe because I put in new videos every single week and it helps me a whole bunch. Subscribe.